Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today is another Saturday with another live Q&A. If you're new to the channel, my name is Saad Basim. I'm an Amazon active seller. I help people in their journey with their Amazon and how to make money online. And thank you so much for joining me and taking time from your Saturday, from your weekend to come and join me here and to learn a little bit, to be able to ask you questions, and I'll be able to answer all your questions freely and not the short version as how you do it if you were texting or you were just replying on text on the comments that I get a lot. So what I wanted to really talk about today, guys, before we move on, just please let me know if everything is good, if the sound is good, if you see me well and everything. It's really according to our standards, because I see a little bit, we're having a little bit kind of issues, a little bit buffering. So please put it in the comment, let me know if you hear me well, please, so we can move on and we can talk about what I have to talk about today. I will wait for you guys to let me know, and I will wait. And we have here, let me see, we have Susan. How you doing, Susan? Good morning, Susan. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it today. And also we have Kyle Hope. How you doing? We have Nancy. How are you, Nancy? The best woman I've ever had. Thank you so much for all your help that you do in the Facebook group as well, and back end, all the work that we're doing behind the scenes, which is really exciting things that we're working on, which is really going to help you. And at the same time, we have Alex Rivera. How you doing, Alex? I hope you have a good day, and thank you so much for being here. And if you have a question, please leave it in the comment. And also we have Carl. How you doing, Carl? Thank you so much for joining me. And we have Luzine. Today we have a full house, which is really great. And actually, I want to jump in right away in a little bit of a subject that I wanted to talk about. It's not something a lot of fun, but I didn't even know what kind of video I would like to do today. I didn't know if I wanted to have something tutorial ready for you guys. I didn't know if I wanted to do something different, but I really want to talk about, as you guys know, this week I haven't posted on Wednesday, no tutorials, because I'm going through a little bit of a hard time with me and my family. We're going through some issues with my mother-in-law. She's sick, and I hope you guys pray for her. And we think it's really bad situation for me and my family. And we're going through a hard time a bit, but made me think a lot about Amazon business and about people. Made me think more about what's going on in our atmosphere, how everyone is working towards one goal and making sure really they do the best in their life for them and their family. And I think Amazon is really great, a platform that really gave me the freedom to be able to enjoy my time with my family, and at the same time I'll be able to take the time off when it's needed, whether it's for vacation, whether it's for something that for bad times like the one we going through, which is really bad things. Makes me really think about life. And I really want to talk about today about the mindset, about how people are thinking about this business. I know a lot of you are struggling. A lot of you are really having a hard time making this business work for them. They're making it very hard for them to become profitable. And it's all come down to mindset. And I really want to talk to you and just remind you today, maybe this video is not for everybody because not tutorial, but I hope you guys bear with me. I'm going to be all over the place, so please bear with me. But I have a few pointers here just to remind me. So I always think, guys, I really want to see everyone succeed. I really want to make sure that everyone that I am in touch with, everyone that in this group, in the subscribers, whether in my Facebook group, I always make sure that I give the right answer, give the full answer as much as possible to be able, guys, to help you. And I always think it all comes to the mindset and comes up to how people perceive that business, how people really look at that business. and I think they give up very easily. I have failed so many times, and you guys know that. I did a video about how many products I failed. But what really saved me is my tenacity. I really wanted to go after it. I really want to make it happen, and that's the thing that really kept me moving, and just to make me learn more. And when I learned more, I was able to succeed. I was able to find more tricks, more things to make sure that everything that I do is really working well for me. And now I am really enjoying the time and to be able to say this. Amazon is my main income, and that's the only thing that really I do for me and my family. Even my wife works with me, which is really awesome. So it all comes down to what's your why. And I know it becomes very, hey, what's your why? We're talking about 48 law of power. We're talking about motivation. It's not something I'm really great at, but I really think you need to know your why you're doing it. I was thinking why I'm doing this business. Am I doing it for my family? Are you doing it because you want to leave a legacy? Are you doing it because you want to prove it to yourself you're better than everyone else? You're better than what you're doing right now. Are you doing it because really you want to make something great? You want to leave something to your family, to your kids. You want to leave a business that they can support and learn and be able to live off, and to say, yes, daddy, mommy did that for me. Mommy and daddy really built a business for me, which is really amazing. And just to see that you're like my little daughter, Layla, she always says, hey, private labels. She just sees me because I talk a lot about private label, and she really get attached. Every time when I go, for example, I go shopping, like the other week, we did some retail arbitrage, and she's like taking my stuff and scanning them, which is really nice for her to see what it is. So I really would think, guys, you should think about your why. Every time you're in a bad situation, think. Because even now, even at a higher level, and I believe I know a lot, or a little bit more than most of people, and still every day there's a struggle. Every day there is a problem that I need to solve and overcome to make sure I really make it. But I never give up with it. I always go the extra mile. And always, what made me really interested in this business is I always want to say, do you want to be like other people? Is the people that around you, do you want to be like them? And that's the most important. For me, I always looked at my neighbors. I looked at my friends at work. I looked at my parents. I looked at people, how they react, people, how they act, and made me realize everyone tells you the system is you need to get education, which is I got a very good education, mechanical engineering, technologist, draftsman. And still, when I was at work, or still when I had a job, I never was satisfied. And always see, okay, this guy's becoming 60 years old and still has nothing in his name. They don't have the extra income to be able to spend on their family. When I look on my window and I look at my neighbors, or I look at them and I see they're old, but their house is not that great. Maybe their car is not that great. And that's indication of whatever process that we are aligned to do is not going to be the same, is not going to give us the results that they hoped. They give us the advice. And always never take advice from someone who they told you something about business, but they haven't done it themselves. They haven't get the results that you want to get. So for me, I always take advice from people, but I always look at what they have done for me to be able to achieve it. So I always was afraid of getting old and making sure that I don't have enough money to support, because now we're all young, we're energetic, we want to do it, but when you get older, you're not going to be able to do all those things. So always make sure you really think about your business every time you're down, and you say, you know what, I don't want to be like other people. I'm going to do this business, I'm going to keep at it, and I'm going to make sure I really make it happen. Now, I want to give you some statistics, which is about Amazon. Amazon is very hard. Amazon is hard, but with the right knowledge, with the right mindset, with the right techniques, with the right products, with the right mentoring, you'll be able to achieve it. You know, I have I don't want to say me, but it's not that. But I really help people from zero to make six figure, which is nothing. They knew nothing about Amazon. And I was able to help them. Why? Because I had the right direction. I had the right mindset. I don't lie to people. I don't BS people. I tell them the way it is, which is really important. And it's only 3 to 10% of Amazon people, sellers, are actually going to succeed on Amazon and be able to make it. And that's not due to Amazon is bad or anything. It's due to mindset, due to people's mentality. A lot of people get into the business and they don't have the business mindset. They think, oh, it's easy to make money because they listen to this guy or this gal or whatever it is. No, this business hard, requires you to work, requires you to make mistakes. You're going to fail. You need to brace failures. You need to overcome them. Every failure is actually a step closer to your goal, because every time you have a problem, you actually need to solve it and you get the knowledge. And that's why I keep still doing my coaching, my consulting, because that keeps me sharp, keeps me informed with everything while I'm doing my business, because I can run my business for all time and I'm not gonna have a lot of issues, but other people can have other issues. So just know that you will have difficulties. And I know some of us in our group, and that's why I think the subject was important, because they were struggling with their product. And everyone has a different eye, a different experience. So I always say, if you're looking at your product and you think it's good, it might, in your eyes, be good, but if you show it to other friends, family, or experienced sellers, it's going to be a completely different story. And that's what you need to make sure. Do not be afraid to show your product to someone else, or to be afraid to show it to someone that you trust, to make sure that really everything is doing well. Because really, at the end of the day, it's all about succeeding and helping each other to make sure that we really achieve our goal. And that's really, really, really important. When I say 3 to 10%, also it comes back down to wrong expectations. Your wrong expectations of you thinking you're making money right away. No, it's going to take time. It's going to take you at least 6 months to 1 year to be able to be profitable, to be able to make sure you are actually doing this business correctly, because it's not going to happen overnight. It's not like 40 years ago, you put any product out there is going to work. Now Amazon is changing, the platform is changing, the ranking process is changing. They're more brand oriented. The sellers themselves are becoming sharper. They're getting a lot of people out there that they don't know what they're doing. They're just selling to sell. So you need to be very specialized in getting branding and making sure that the clients that you get, they are good clients for you to be able to take them from the platform later on, 2 years, 1 year and a half, 2 years. Then you'll be able to bring them to your own platform and you start doing on building your brand that you really that you won't be able to, that you won't depend on Amazon as much anymore, which is really important. And I want you to understand also one thing. When I got into this business, I got into the business because I wanted to make something different in my life, which is the most important. I always wanted to make sure I have my own business. I want to be in control, because a lot of times, as you guys know, I worked in restaurants, I worked in car wash, I worked in gas stations. And every time I get a job in my field, in mechanical engineering, I used to get laid off because there was not enough work. And I was never in control, never has the safety. But now I'm in control. If something goes down, I'm taking ownership. It's my mistake. I need to work harder to be able to make it happen. And if I do well, it's because of my hard work, because what the things I do every day that a lot of people, they're not able to do. But that's what it takes for you to make it. I'm not saying I made it. I'm not saying that, oh my God, I am the SHIT. I'm not at all. I'm still working towards it, because, guys, a year ago, I was in a very bad partnership with working with other people that really took all my time, took a lot of money from me. And because I was very naive and I didn't know that there's a lot of shady people out there, and I almost lost everything. And I'm gonna say everything, I mean everything. Thankfully, and thank God, I had some little bit of savings that I'll be able to build, because everyone can take the money, everyone can take the things you worked on, the projects that you made, you spend money on them. People can steal stuff, but they will never take what's in your brain, what's in your mind, the skill set that you have, the experience that you have that they won't be able to have. And trust me, I was in Kuwait for 6 months because I was trying to overcome that issue. I wanted to overcome that how someone very close to you can screw you that much and be able to laugh in your face and tell you things that are not true and tell other people are not true. And that's why I started my YouTube channel, which is hopefully we're gonna get some attractions and be able to reach more people, because I really believe a lot of us want to make it just as much as anybody else, but with the right direction, with the right expectations. And I hope you guys see that through the material that I give, the content, the way I not BSing anybody, because I don't want it. I don't want this. I don't need, like, I'm not doing this because to monetize it. Even if I monetize it later on and make money, it's not my goal, because I'm already have my own business. I have my own project that I'm making money with. But this one, it's something I want to do, give awareness. And actually, if you go ahead and type all these big gurus out there, they're very well known. If you see now, their smell starts showing up. You see a lot of videos are showing what they're doing, all how they are changing their how they're photoshopping their screenshots, how they photoshop their results, and all this crap that's happening out there, and people start noticing this. So my advice, if you do something, do it from someone really that's really cares, someone that not after your money. Even if it takes your money, I mean, every time I get a consultation or mentorship and I do something with someone, I know I'm gonna get paid for it, but it's not because of the pay, because what I give, what kind of service, I go the extra mile and make sure I really care about their product as if it's mine. That's why I'm not just like money grabber. I don't like that. So when I lost everything, guys, I build it back. I'm building it back. I'm doing everything I can. So just understand the skill that you're learning. If you're learning well, you will be able to make it out there. And I promise you will. Because when I was down, the people who are here, that's the people who really helped me to overcome it, to say, yes, you have a value to be able to move forward. And that's really, it was very dark time in my life. So I want to explain that, because I don't want you guys to see the screenshot or I show you my account to say, oh my God, what is doing? No, I was really in deep trouble mentally, emotionally, and for me and my family. And thankfully I overcome it. And all that thanks to you and thanks to the friends who stuck by me. And I just wanted to be very sincere today about it, because the time that we have, and how with my mother-in-law, and she has really maybe few days, few weeks, and that's it, made me think about a lot of things, and how I have transformed from the past 5 years until now, how I was able to support my family with that, which is really important. And Amazon really build your freedom, but it's not easy to come by. Give your time, give your money, learn. You're gonna fail. There's no ifs and buts. Whatever course, whatever mentorship I give you, whatever consultation, whatever tips and tricks, you're going to fail, because you cannot absorb everything. But you will learn from the failures, and I hope you guys are really willing to do it. If you do this business, put it in your mind that, yes, I'm gonna fail. Yes, it might take me second, third product. And always, no matter what happens, if you launch a product, trust me, now there's no profitability right away. You're going to lose money for a month or break even, and then you're gonna go back up and you're gonna start making the money. But it's not gonna come in very easy. Like me, it took me 3 to 5 months with one product just to be able to be profitable, to be able to make it. So you have to have a long term. Even the same thing with people that are mentoring. I have people who are really, for 2 months, they were losing money. But the mindset, I was reminding, trust me, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Now, you know what? They're selling over 30 to 50 units a day. Why? Because they have the right mindset. I want you to have the same thing. I'm telling you, Amazon has a good business, but you need to learn it well. Now, the last tips I have, and then I'm going to take your questions. And I'm sorry I took you in a big ride, but I don't know. I really want you to be good. I want you not to give up. I don't want you to give up on your products. I want you to understand that, yes, it takes time. Put them there, struggle. And the tips I have for you, specialize, guys. Specialize. Do not do many things at the same time. I was the same thing. I used to do, I want to sell cars. I want to do Shopify. I want to do drop shipping. I want to do retail arbitrage. I want to do wholesale. I want to do private label. I want to go ahead out there and flip houses. I want to do Airbnb. I want to do cryptocurrency. This is just, you are actually not focused. You're all over the place, and you don't want this. You want to focus on one thing. So if you get a private label and retail arbitrage wholesale, yes, do this only within the same business, within the same ecosystem, and not going really far everywhere, because that's going to hurt you. It's going to give you the shiny object that got me in trouble to begin with. When I was focusing on business, and then I get with other people partnership, and I thought it's gonna be good. I spend my money in there. I spend on softwares. I spend on courses, and then I forgot my own business, which has really got me in trouble. focus on your business, build it, and you will be successful. The other thing, have a vision. The vision has to be a vision. Always have a vision of 3 to 5 years or 10 years, depending on the goal. If you want to make $100,000 a year or 200,000, it's going to take you 2-3 years maybe. Tops, maybe 1 to 2 years maybe. If you want to make $1 million, it's going to take you maybe 3 years to 5 years vision. Have a 3 to 5 year vision. Give yourself time, because everything great is going to take time. The same thing as Amazon. Amazon didn't come over time. Jeff Bezos thought about it. It's going to take me 10 to 15 years vision to be able to accomplish something big like him. So you tell me, if he made billions of dollars, I don't know, 1 trillion company now, what you can do with 2 to 3 years. Yes, you can make 150,000. It's easy to be able to make that money on Amazon, but it requires money. It requires you to every time you get down, every time you feel you are being pressured, remind yourself why you're doing it. And I'm telling you, it's gonna help you. I am good at persuading myself when bad things happen. I persuade myself, if I'm failing, no, it's okay, it's gonna be better. Yes, I know I can do this. Oh, you know what? Dark times at night, you're by yourself, your kids are upstairs, your wife is upstairs, or your husband upstairs, you're going down, it's like, oh my God, my sales are not coming. Oh, I don't know what happened, my PPC is not working. Remind yourself why you started it all, and that's gonna help you. Have a vision, write it down, write your goals, and you will be able to have it. Like me, I already have a vision saying, I have it. Now I'm doing renovation. As you see, everything is being here renovated. So that's why also another thing, which is, you see the rustic look is not finished. But I have, like, in my board here, which is, they have it on the side, set goals for 22 and set goals for 22, or what's your next 6 months moves. So what are my next moves? What I'm going to be working on, and do the same thing with your business. What do you want to do? 6 months, I want to launch, on 3 months, I want to launch a product, and it's going to take me another 3 months to be able to start being very good, and then have 6 months. If I become profitable now, and after 6 months, I'm going to launch a new product and build the brand. 3 to 5 products within your brand, you should be good, and you'll be able to sell out at a very, very high margin. The other thing, learn to love what you do. If you love what you're doing, if, like me, I don't feel it's work for me. When I go look at my business, if I meet with people, I love enjoying talking about Amazon. I love going there and just making sure everything is good, solving problems. In the weekends, I don't have weekends. My weekends is whenever I decide to. Whenever I want to do things, I do it the way I want. And sometimes it really needs discipline, but trust me, you will be able to do it. Just don't give up. Don't give up at all. Do not give up at all. Trust me, don't give up. Just do it. Keep grinding. Keep doing it, and you will make it. And that's all that I have to say. Honestly, I just want to come out there, and for those who are really feeling down and they think everyone coming out on YouTube and they're just saying things just to pump you, to sell you something, it's not about that. It's about you and about how you can make it. All the information are out there. It's just about tweaking, about experience, which is, nobody can sell you the experience. If they really truly they know what they're doing, they could have gave you their experience, which is very hard to give in text. Is something about you gain. Even if I tell you how to do your images, how to launch a product, it's also, even if you have the data there, you always need someone else with experience, who have done it many times, who have seen so many products, to be able to verify it for you, and you move forward. So guys, thank you so much for listening to my crap. Thank you so much for listening to my blah blah blah. But I really think it's important to come out here and be responsible and share my talk, which is, I don't like to do that a lot because I don't know what to say. But the time we have, it's important to get motivated and just do it. All right, guys, this is what we have. That's what I have from my rant or my little talk. And I really want you to be good. I really want you to be successful as much as anybody else. And yes, it's possible. Dude, if anything seems too good to be true, it's going to be too good to be true. If anybody tells you, oh, it's very easy, you can make it, I'm like, come on, man, get the hell. Anyways, this is done. Let's go ahead and answer the question. Let's change it and let's do it. All right, guys. So let's see the question we have. We have Kyle Hove. How you doing, brother? We have Enrique Alamo. How you doing, man? Where Alex says Susan over here there. Yes, Susan is amazing. I'm very excited for her new product that she's launching. I hope you, Susan, are really gonna be killing it. I even had a talk with Susan, and I told her this almost the same thing. It needs time. I was very upfront with our judgment and about the product that we chose, and we made sure that she has the right mindset. Susan, I think you're gonna do very well. It's all about what are you doing, which is now you have a different perspective about the product, how you do your images, how you do your listing, which is really amazing. And I cannot wait to see what you can do, which is really, really exciting. I feel like every time you guys, one of you or my clients or any consulting I do on launching a product, I feel it's like my product. And that's really what makes me, motivated to see the result, to see how the growth from the beginning. And sometimes we bad things, sometimes good things, but hey, it's really, really cool. Carl says, everything is good. That's awesome. Luzine, good morning. Good morning to you. Wayne Han, how you doing? Nice to see you again. Man, really cool. Everything's perfect here. Kudos to the awesome Nancy. Yes, Nancy is the GOAT, the greatest of all times. We have Audrey. Your family is in my prayers. I really appreciate it, guys. And I really value every comment that you guys do, and everything you say really gets to me, and really I read every comment that you guys have, and if you see, I answer every comment out there, and I really appreciate you. Harry says, I feel like Amazon Germany could be a good gold mine because there isn't any German Amazon influencers or courses, so all the German sellers are noobs. Actually, and no American YouTubers mentioned selling on Amazon. I actually mentioned it a few weeks ago about Germany, because I was very surprised about Germany and how much growth they have. Because I was one of the guys who said, one of the guys I was like, hey, I don't know about it. I'm not sure. But then I have one of my clients who really came to me and he's like, hey, I really would like to launch in Europe. I was like, oh, perfect. UK will be awesome. And they told me Germany. I was like, I'm not sure, man. Let me see. So we went and we looked at the Germany, and actually, you're right, Harry. It's really, really good. There's a lot of opportunities out there. A lot of them are newbies. They don't know what they're doing. The listings are not optimized. And I think it's really good opportunity if you be able to do Germany, because people are buying a lot of things and the growth is really great. And there is sales, not like Australia, not like Canada, which is, I was really surprised, is really amazing. So whoever want to do their thing is amazing. And actually with one of my clients, we will be launching in Germany. We're going through that, and I will be able to update you how the things are going, how good it is, what kind of difficulties or what's happening. But you're right, 100% Germany is the way to go. And I think, it's actually my client is German as well, and really they're good at what they do. They have right business mind. They're really good, but I think they're lacking the training. And Germany, Harry, I agree with you 100%, man. It's really good, and I don't have any products there, but now with my client who's really willing to do it because he's in Germany as well, we'll see what happens, and I will let you know for sure. We have Carl says, break to your family side. Thank you so much, Carl. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. Order said, thanks for doing this video, Saad. I have been feeling kind of down after my last launch. Great to have you as a mentor and this group as a family to lean on. I really appreciate Audrey, and yes, I really felt that this is important for me to talk about it. It's not all roses. There's things that happens behind the scenes that you guys don't know, and that's why I want to do the live Q&A all the time, because it's going to be personal time between me and you guys, and you see the real thing. It's not like a video, the tutorial that I do. I'm all energetic and all the stuff, and you're focused on your material that you want to launch. But I wanted to make sure that I really come here and see, we talk. Hey, ask me, son, you know what? Hey, how is everything? What's going on? How is the struggles? And I want to share that with you, because I want to think everything is free. Because when I was at your place, which is I was in your shoes, I was looking at those people. I was like, oh my God, what's this? It's amazing. But you don't know what kind of dirt they have behind the scenes, which is really disgusting. We have here, and yes, we are family that you lean on in our Facebook group. If you didn't join, guys, the Facebook group, go ahead and join it. I really vet everyone because I don't want spammers. But if you join, you're gonna find the right advice and the real stuff. No BS and all the stuff. Susan said, this is such a powerful message, Sad. You become such a personal inspiration to me. Prayers for your mother-in-law recovery. I appreciate it, Susan. And I really appreciate your kind word. You've always been there for me and my family. And you always check up on us, which is, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And I hope, you know me, guys, I'm not big emotional guy or motivation guy. And this is not to me. I just want to share things. And I hope resonate with you guys. Every time you do something or you do a business, keep at it. Is it gonna work? It will work. It will work, and then it will work. If you plant seeds everywhere, one of them is gonna grow. One of them is gonna pay off. Like me, I always do things. I'll be able to do this. I'll fail at this. I failed so many times. It's crazy. I'm telling you, if you see how much I fail, it's crazy, man. Every day there's something, a project or something I fail at, but I keep at it. I know we'll get to it. Get the right people in, get the right advice, get the right consultant to be able to make it happen for you, because you're not going to know it all, and do not learn it all. You're not going to be able to do everything yourself. Learn as an entrepreneur. You have something, you say, hey, I can do it all. You cannot do it all. Seek help. Which is, a lot of us have the ego. Trust me, I'm the same thing. I used to be the same thing. Now I'm delegating a lot, and I trust other people. Micromanage until you trust. Kyle Hope said, yes, very passionate and candid. I really appreciate it, Kyle. You've been amazing. And you are just very, very amazing person. You help a lot. And I really feel that you're going to do very well. You're doing everything that you have, or everything that you can. You went to China, and hopefully your products are really going to do well. Take it slowly, but make sure you do it and don't give up. Kyle is the man. Thank you. Product selection has been the key for Angela and I agree 100%. It's if you don't have the right product, it's very hard for you to make it, or you can make it, but you need the money. You need another strategy and spending money to make sure that you really make it. So that's the thing you need to make sure about. And product and demand and the market itself. If a market has a lot of sales and has a lot of things coming in, that's a good market to come in, even if it's a little bit more competitive than what we say, because a lot of people buying them. Even if you don't have enough reviews or whatever, you have more chances of getting sales with no reviews. With a big market has a lot of sales than a market that has less sales, that you need to optimize very well, get the reviews to be able to make it. So it's two kinds, both will work, but it all depends how you look at it and how you position yourself. But product selection makes life easy. Your integrity is why people followed you after our bad good experience. Yes, Nancy, I appreciate the kind word as usual, and that's why we made our slogan. It's we do things with integrity, honesty, and transparency, because of the things we have seen, the things that we have experienced in the past, which is from all those so-called gurus or so-called Amazon sellers. Dimitri says, I remembered you this time. Sad, hi. Can you please touch on the advantages and disadvantages of FBM fulfillment? Yes, I can. Hold a second. Actually, I was going to do a video about it between FBM and FBA. And let me see. All right. Okay, I don't have it here, but I believe. Oh, actually, it's here. Okay, so guys, for FBA and FBM, which is people who doesn't know it very well, and I will just go through it. So Dimitri says, hi, can you please touch on the advantages and disadvantages of FBM fulfillment? Advantages are known well, is a lower commission cost for sellers, but how is the traffic there and how to run PPC campaigns? Very good. Now, if FBA means fulfilled by Amazon, that means if you send the product to Amazon fulfillment, they will take care of the customer service, they will take care of fulfilling, they take care of anything that's in between that you don't want to do. FBM is basically fulfilled by merchant. That means you post the product on Amazon, but you have the product at home and you will be able to send it once you get the order. Now, FBA and FBM, FBA is the way to go all the time, is the best way, because that's the way that you actually sell buyers that trusted more FBA. They'll be able to get it faster shipping, and they'll qualify to prime shipping, which is really important. Now, FBM is very good for a specific situation. For example, drop shippers, they love FBM. Why is that? Because that's the only way they can make the money. That's the only way that they can actually list a product, and once they get the money, then they'll be able to fulfill it. The other thing, FBM is really good for people who are listing a product for multiple platforms. So for example, if I have a product and it's FBM, I have it at home, but I'm listing on eBay US, ebay.ca, I'm filling them in Amazon.com and .ca. I can have the same product, put it in all platforms, and whenever order I come, I'll be able to fulfill it myself because I'm using all traffic from all these sources are coming in. So for example, now I'm thinking I'm starting my ebay.com, and I was thinking if I do it through fulfillment center, it's not gonna work even if I use a software like Joe Lister, because it has to be within the same country. So if I have .ca, if I have my product in .com, let's say, and I sell on .com, yes, perfect. Joe Lister will be able to ship the product from .com to ebay.com. But to be able to do it, if I get a sale if I have the product in FBA.com and have a product to ship on Canada, is not gonna work, or is going to be very, very expensive. So having the product is much better. The other thing is very good for FBM for used product, for using pallets. A product that you don't want to ship in, you just have a lot of pallets, you have a lot of product, you'll be able to leave them at home if they're used, and you'll be able to ship them as you go, and you'll be able to ship them in multiple platforms. The other thing with FBM is very important, especially in holiday season, which is we have right now. FBM, people make so much money at the last minute because a lot of people, like, let's say at the end of the season, let's say on the 15th of December, 20th of December, you see a lot of stores are just doing a lot of discounts, a lot of sales, because they know it's the end of the season. They want to make sure everyone, all the quantity, all the product that they have to sell them. So what happened, it'd be a very good opportunity for flippers, for people who does retail arbitrage, people who wants to flip product. They can get the product on the store, list it, and sell it at the same time. Trust me, it works so many times. I remember when I was doing big time retail arbitrage and was the only thing I was doing. In Christmas time, I list the product the same day I will get a sale, or by the time I get out from the store, if it's a hot item, I will get the sale. So the FBM will help you in this sense. And also FBM is very good for a product that's off season. So if you have a product that sells very well in Christmas and you had some overstock and you have it as an FBM, maybe someone will buy them in summer, which is really weird. So that's another situation, because you don't want to pay for storage fees. And also for FBM is good for big items. So if you have a large items that you don't know if it's gonna work or not, you can have them. You can list them as an FBM, and you'll be able to get you save on storage fees, and you'll be able to test kind of the market, and you'll be able to ship it with your own thing. Because if the BSR is too high, let's say the BSR is too high, the bestseller rank, the sales velocity is not that high, you will be able to list the product and sell it very easily with FBM without any risk, or without fearing of the storage fees, high storage fees. So these are the FBM advantages, which is really important as an FBM. PPC, I'm not sure for FBM you can run PPC. I'm not sure about that actually. No, I think you can. I'm not sure. I haven't tried it myself, honestly, but I think you can. Yes, I think you can. If anybody here can correct me, FBM, I'm more FBA guy, but anybody can correct me. I think you can. If you have, I think you can. 100%. I think you can. But anybody can correct me as well. Now, also FBM, if you're always gonna have to have a lower price for you to be able to compete and be able to be attractive for traffic. So that's what your next question, you were saying. Advantages are known well. It's lower commission cost for sellers, but how is the traffic there, and how to run PPC campaign? And it doesn't mean, by the way, his lower commission is true, but also you're gonna pay more money with shipping. It might be more money with shipping. At the same time, you actually taking a lot of risk. Not risk, you're taking a lot of work, because you're going to do the customer service, returns, labels, everything. You have to do it. So you see the good and the bad, okay? But people trust FBA more unless your product is really good price. Now, Carl says, do you keep track on your main keyword or you are just watching PPC? No, for sure. You need to keep your track of all your keywords, which is really important. For example, if you set up your 5 to 10 keywords, you put them in a keyword tracker and you'll be able to track where they are. So if you have a low sales or high sales, you actually can go back to tracking and say, hey, I'm moving up in the ranking. That's why I'm making more sales. Maybe the keywords are going very low. You're dropping in the ranking. Then you know the sales are low. That's one of the things that you can troubleshoot your listing. Hey, by knowing the ranking of the keywords, or maybe the listing itself, maybe the images, maybe the bad reviews. A lot of these got involved. But yes, keep tracking them is very important. And also, see if you are profitable with PPC with it or not. It could be a very good keyword, but you might be losing money with it. But in PPC, you'll be able to lower the bid a bit, okay, for that keyword, which is really high conversion, but costing you a lot of money, a very high A cost. You can lower the bid to where you can make a sale, but within the A cost tolerance. For example, if you have 35% A cost, or that's your profit margin, you'll be able to go to 40 or 50%, depending on your market for sure. Me, I can go up to 50%. I don't mind it. Okay, and actually over time will go down. Like I'm telling you, one of my clients is really they were heading at 40%, 45%, and now they are at 25%, which is really, really happy. But they did a really amazing job. Which is a very good question, Carl. Order says, so my ManyChat get a lot of clicks but no actual sales. How long should I run them to know they are successful, that I need to make change? Actually, you need to make change right away, because if you're not making the sales right away the same day, there's something wrong with your campaign. It could be the flow itself, it could be the sequence itself, it could be the offer is not good, the discount is not good enough. So that's all what needs to be done, guys. So please, you need to work on it, Audrey. I think there's something wrong with your campaign, or the target audience you're targeting also is not good, or demographic, the country, or whatever it is. So that's one of the things you need to look at. And yes, it's time to do the changes, because as soon as we launch it, right away the same day, we will get some sales, we'll get conversions, we get people buying from us. So there's something wrong with the strategy. Actually, we're almost done with the service. Hopefully we'll be able to launch it to you guys. It will cost money, it will be a little bit expensive, but that's what costs to rank, because you're not only ranking. We'll talk about it later, but once I'm done with a few tweaks, we'll come up, we'll do a little webinar about it, how to do it and all this stuff. Kyle says, question, how do you recommend in picking colors for products? Very good question, actually. I usually type the main keyword of the product and see what comes up first. If all the colors that come up is actually the color black, for example, or white or red, whatever it is, then I know the top ranking red, that means is the good product to buy, or the good product to source, or the good color to launch. The other thing you can do is actually go into the reviews and see what people are saying about that product. What they're saying about the color. Are they, oh, amazing color. Oh, this fading. Like for example, we're looking into a product that has a color, is a matte, and people were complaining about the color was really light. Gray wasn't gray enough. So that's, for me, okay, was selling, but people were complaining about it. They need something really good color gray, and with a nice white pattern. So this is all you need to check the reviews and see what's up. Or the other thing you can do is actually building your email list up front. So for example, if I want to launch a product in a specific niche, I actually can give a big giveaway or contest, run the contest, get subscribers, and then I'll be able to send them, hey, what do you think about which color you think is the best? And they'll be able to choose, and that's going to help you a lot, because they are the buyers, they are the audience, these are the people who's going to buy from you. These are the same kind of lookalike audience that are willing or interested in your product. So if you ask them, you will be able to take a poll and see which one is really good. I hope that was helpful. And also there's other services like PickFu, which is basically you can do split testing for images, whatever. Maybe you can ask them for colors, or you can go to influencers. Oh, that's another thing. Go to influencers and talk to a YouTuber or influencer and say, hey, I would like to launch something like that. Can we ask your audience what they like best? And you can take it from there, which is a little bit longer shot, but will work. Enrique says, hey Saad, what do you do when starting a new product with PPC and your product advertisement does not show up? Bids are maxed out and keywords are indexed. This is actually, if you're not working, if you're really 100% about what you're saying, you tell me, yes, the keywords are there, you're indexed for them, but it's still not showing up for all of them. That means you have a problem with the product itself, not the product, with the in the backend from the algorithm itself. So what do you need to do? You need to call them, which just happens. Okay, I'm in what's called that? In a mastermind group, and some of the people there actually they're having that issue. So what we had to do, they had to call Amazon and they had to refresh the whole system from the back end. Took 24 hours to 48 hours to reboost it, to reboot the whole thing, and then the PPC will start working. So try to talk to the catalog department or performance team, and then let them transfer you to the PPC department or the advertising department, and they will be able to have a hard restart or a hard reboot for you. Megan Lantier is my wife. Thank you for all the love. My wife is a very strong woman. I'm very glad to have her, and I know she's going through a lot of time, but hey, we give her all the support we have, and I hope you we'll get over what we have right now, and we'll overcome it as usual. So love you, love everyone, love the family, love my kids, and let's do it. Wayne says, Sad, if you could do a new product again, how would you judge competition if 3 of the 10 competitors had the reviews of around 500? Is there still a chance I can get a spot in the game? Yes, there's always chance. If 3 out of the 10 have 500, it's not that much actually. Still much, but if the demand is good, if there's enough sales, as I was saying, I didn't even look at your question, but I was still talking about it. I was saying, if the market has a lot of demand, a lot of sales are coming in, or you think something that's really trending up, and you can check that with the trending with Google Trend, or if you have a software like Viral Launch, you'll be able to check the market trend. You'll be able to make sales if the other 7 sellers, whether it's 7 out of 10, if they were doing well, you will be able to compete. But that's all you need. It's very hard for me to tell you, yes, go for it, without me looking at the product and validating the whole market. And that's why it's a hard advice. But if that's there and you think with low reviews, there's some sellers with 3 to 5 sellers with low reviews are still making sales, I think it would be a good opportunity. At the same time, don't forget, if you're searching for the main keyword and those people have the top positions and they're the 3 sellers with the high reviews, maybe you can find other keywords that are less volume, but you can launch the product and target those with a lower CPC and still making the sales. But you have to type each keyword, see the results, see what they come up, see if there's enough sales in that specific keyword, and you'll be able to judge from them. But it's really, yes, you can compete with anybody. Like the product, which is not doing as good because of bad reviews. The one with the health and beauty, the one I shared with you, is still doing good. We're still selling good, but not as good as before because we get a bad review. Is actually we're competing with people who have 1,300, 1,400, and we have only around less than 200 reviews, and still we're able to make enough sales, 30 units a day. Easily, even competing with those kind of people with a higher price that we're doing. So yes, it's possible, but we need to look at the product and see it. Alex Rivera says, how do you get reviews from something that costs 1,000 to 3,000? Messed up. I feel you. 100%. That's the problem with having a high-end product or a very pricey product. Is actually, if you're gonna do reviews, it's gonna cost you money to launch the product. But usually, if you get into that market, hopefully the market is not saturated, the market, it doesn't have enough reviews anyways, have less sellers. So maybe you'll be able to get away with a few products. And I think the early review program is going to be the best for you in this case, because Amazon will just give them $5 off, but you'll be able to sell. Maybe you can sell the product at a lower price or break-even price, and see if you can get more reviews. The other thing you can do is with ManyChat, which is you can, don't forget, with the large products, you don't need to give like 70-90% off like any product that you buy for, let's say $10. If I get 90% off, yes, they buy it for $1, they're getting only $9 off. But if I have a really large product, expensive, if $1,000, I'm giving 20%, it's actually $200 they're saving. So that's also a good incentive for you to be able to do ManyChat with 20%. Or say, hey, instead of putting 20%, I can say $200 off today. That's a big thing. Just look at the strategies where Best Buy is doing when they're selling their TVs or they're selling high ticket item. They do not tell you 10%. Instead, they tell you $200 off, $250 off. Okay, they won't use the percentages. Percentages are really good for low price items. When you say 90%, like, oh my God, 90%. Oh my God, this is how it works. But for a large one, they're not going to use it. The monetary money is big. If everyone's making $500 a week on their job, and you tell them you're going to save $250 or $300, that's a lot of money. So you can use the money percentage off instead of what's called that. You can use the money off instead of a percentage. Kent, thank you so much for confirming this. Yes, PPC worked for FBM. I was just remembering, I was like, hey, I had a few products on FBM and I was still able to select them, but it's been a long time. But thank you so much for confirming. I appreciate it. Audrey says, Sad, do you have a list of items we should prepare when we purchase your mentoringship service, the way we are prepared for the first session? For my mentoringship, you don't need to prepare because I'm going to be there with you. I will just go through everything with you. You don't need to prepare anything. I'll go with you. Tell me your problem. We'll be able to analyze it with screen share. We go through your account. You screen share also your account. I see what is up, blah, 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 and we can make a plan. Now, when I start with people from the beginning, I usually give them homework. It's like students. I'll tell them, hey, listen, next week I would like you to do this. Hey, the week after I want this to be done, or this, that. So that's going to give you a sense of responsibility. Is going to give you a sense of accountability, which is really going to help you to perform well. And it's all about setting up the expectation correctly. But you don't need much. I know I charge a good amount for my mentorship, but I get really good results. My time is really important for me. But everyone who worked with me, they can vouch. I really did a very good job with them. I took care of them, even when things were going bad, I was there for them and making sure they really do well. And I don't think every time I do something or any service I do, guys, I do it from the heart. I do it as if it's mine. I'll do it as if I always ask myself, I'd be very sincere. If I was in your shoes, would I take it? And that's how I decide. And since I'm very honest with myself and honest as a person, I always come up with the right decision and make sure, yes, you will be worth it 100%. But thank you so much for your interest. I really appreciate it. If anything, just reach out to Megan or my assistant and she will be able to help you with that. Josh says, will I get ungated for selling a brand name product as my first inventory ever? So, Josh, do you mind if you just explain a little bit more about this? Are you talking about like a wholesale product, that well-known brand that you want to get ungated in, or what is it exactly? I'm not understanding the question 100%. And just tell me exactly what's the not the product, but what niche, and what is it exactly? Are you buying it from private label? Are you buying it from a store? Are you buying it from a wholesaler? Are you buying it from Alibaba? What is it exactly? So I'll be able to help you with it. Ken Tran says, what kind of task do you outsource to virtual assistant? Do you have a suggestion to who to use? It's very easy for you to be able to get virtual assistant. Is the time that it gets you to train them, it takes the most time. The best place to go is what's it called, a virtual assistant ph or something like that. Man, I forgot. Give me a second. I'll be able to give you that. I have them here. I have a list of stuff here. You can be for real. Ding. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, onlinejobs.ph. That's what it is. Job.ph is the one. Just let me get it. I'll put it in the chat as well. It's a very good place. You need to pay for it, but it's really, you can find really good people. Now, that's been said. Now, the task that I outsource, product discovery. Like for example, I'll let them go through each category and let them find things if I want it, which is other things that you can do. I do not do it for private label, but I do it for wholesale. So I can give them, hey, contact my sellers. Contact the wholesaler. Find me all the products that they have, and you'll be able to get more out of it, and you'll be able to give them those tasks to help you really a lot. You can do it for customer service. If you get a bad feedback, if you get customers who are contacting you through Seller Central, you'll be able to outsource this. You'll be able to outsource the marketing you have or social media that you really need to get them done. For example, posting your videos or images in Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You'll be able to do some kind of tracking. If you're doing drop shipping, is a big thing for drop shippers to have as virtual assistants. They'll be able to help you with sourcing the product, listing the product, and any customer service that come with it. If you're doing drop shipping, maybe you will get the product out, the product get placed, the person can get the money, your assistant can go to Walmart, for example, pay for it, send the product to them, and all the stuff. So a lot for fulfillment channels. The other thing you can do outsourcing, if they want to contact suppliers. For example, you want to launch a new product, that's for private label. You want to launch a new product, you can just tell them, hey, do you mind if you contact me those sellers or contact me those suppliers, and they will help you. Now, the way how I like to do it is actually I record a video about what I want them to do. So for example, if I want them to do find me wholesalers, I just go ahead, do it exactly how I would search it, and say, hey, I'm looking for someone who will be able to do this and this. I want them to come here to this website, click this, and you will be able to get to that, find the supplier, and you'll be able to show them the process. The same thing with product research. So you can go ahead, give them access to your Jungle Scout or Viral Launch or Helium 10, whatever you want, and tell them, hey, that's access, because you can give access to your virtual assistant to find your product, and tell them this is the criteria I need, and I just want you to find me so many of them, put them in an Excel sheet that between us, and you'll be able to get this kind of tasks. And we can do a little video about virtual assistant, because there's a lot of things you can do, honestly, and will be very useful. But yeah, it's awesome. Actually, I used to use them a lot for RA OA products. You can let them do like tactical arbitrage. If you have tactical arbitrage product, you can actually tell them, hey, this tactical arbitrage, go ahead, download me, make sure that you search all the stores that I need, find me the good products, and they can do a lot of things for you. And they're very cheap. Like you can get one for 40 hours a week for a month for $400, which is really cheap, knowing that you have someone to help you with this. Can't, yes, 100%. You have to be in the buy box winner for PPC in order for it to run. Otherwise, it gets paused. 100%. The only time you want PPC if you have the buy box. So you make sure you have the buy box. Actually, there is some instances where where FBM products actually will get the buy box, but it's very rare if it doesn't have FBA or it doesn't have Amazon on it. Wayne said if the top 10 competitors sells around 20 and 30 per day, how much inventory do you recommend me to prepare to get started? That's a very hard question, honestly, because I cannot predict it unless you see the average units that they're giving you. So for example, if they're 20, 30, that means they're selling around $600 to $900 a month. If you take the average between, that means 600. Let's say 600. So you look at the position number 5 and 6 and the top competitors and see how much they're making. Maybe you can get an average, but 600, maybe 1,000 you need. But also depend on your shipping time, how long shipping is going to take, how much is the manufacturing lead time. You need to put that in consideration, and how much for giveaways you want to give, because you need to put that as a budget, guys. Please, 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 please. Remember, you do all this work. You source a product, you differentiate it, you did your box, you did your packaging, you did everything. Do not forget to have a budget for your launch, because without launching, you're not going to be able to make it. You need to rank. That's going to cost money. Whether you're using ManyChat, whether you're using your own PPC, it will cost money. So you need to have money set aside for that, because it will cost. And there's nobody is going to say, I'll put a product and actually was selling. I never run PPC. Come on, nah, you need it. There's no way you can do it without it. So I believe maybe around 600 to 1,000 units you need, unless the turnaround is very quick, like every 2 weeks you can get a product in, then you need less. But don't forget to watch my how many units should I order, and for reordering is a video I made. Hopefully I'll put it in the link as well, or if it's not, just look at my library and you will see it. It's really good one, really good one, and hopefully it helps. Josh B says wholesale product for retail. She was talking about the question, will I get ungated? Okay, what's beautiful about wholesale, any product that you have and you get it qualified for, if it's the seller or the wholesale guy or the seller or the distributor or the wholesaler, if he gives you this product and they're authorized seller, they'll be able to give you invoice where you can get ungated very easily. So any product that you have from a wholesaler, you will get ungated. That's the beauty of wholesale over retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, where you can get products easier to get ungated for any product that you want. You'll have less competition because it requires ungating. At the same time, you'll be able to have the same product coming in month after month without worrying about going out there and finding a product. I actually just yesterday I shipped 10 boxes of retail arbitrage. I was going to share them with you, and hopefully in the next video I will. It's actually, I've made a lot of products, and I was just going there. We have early Black Friday, so it was a good opportunity for me to go out there and actually find a few good sales that really double up my money. I don't do retail and arbitrage that much, as much as before, but every time I see a good deal, I have to do it. So, and it's the time to do it. So please, if you cannot do retail and arbitrage, it's gonna help you. So the wholesaler, yes. And the other thing, if you have no BSR, it's very hard to judge the product, because you need to make sure you have a BSR. If it's not, you need to Google the product, see how it's doing on eBay, how many is being sold on eBay per day. At the same time, you can check other products within the same niche and see if actually they're selling. The other thing you can do with wholesale, which is really difficult, which is I don't recommend a lot, but maybe you can do it as a beginner, is getting few products in, and you can go ahead and test them. So tell them, hey, do you mind if I get 10 units? Get them in and see if you test them, if you can sell them right away. If you can, order more. If you cannot, that means you don't have the skills to be able to do it, or it's the product you cannot sell at all. But usually in wholesale, when you buy a product in wholesale, whatever they have, you want to buy all of it. Why? Because you don't want to create competition. You don't want to buy 10, 5, 10, 5, and there's 100 left. That means other people can come, buy the product, and compete with you on the buy box, which is really going to hurt you. So every time I do pallets or I see something in the store, I buy the whole thing in the store to make sure I don't create new competition to me. Okay. I hope that was helpful. Greeting from Puerto Rico, Maria Roman, how you doing? We missed you. I think you're the funniest woman I've ever met, and she's so funny. Maria, you're an amazing woman and very funny. Every time people are around you, you just put a smile on everyone's face. So, and thanks for being here and thanks for your support. Josh says, can I be engaged to sell a brand name product bought from the Canadian brand itself, and it's my first? Yes, anything you buy from an own brand, you can actually get a letter from them and you'll be able to qualify for ungating. A brand reputed supplier asked me to send them my credit card face and back, and I want their account so bad. And I am small buyer, don't want them to get hesitantly by any chance. You know what? I mean, this is actually asking for the credit card up front and back. I'm not sure about this, but you can actually go give them a visit to their store, see what they have. Like me, I dropped down on one of the suppliers that I had 2 weeks ago. I actually dropped to the warehouse and I went to see the whole operation, see what's up. And actually, I saw everything is beautiful. Then I have trust with them. You know, or maybe you can give a credit card that only have $300 in it or limit to very low and see if it's good. But validate them, Google them, see if they're good suppliers or not, and that's gonna help you. Yes, Susan, you're right. So guys, if you like this video, give me the like. Give me a like, hit the subscribe button or hit the notification bell, and let's get this video a little bit of views. Let's get this people a little bit in the ranking. We already passed 500 subscribers, which is really happy about that. Requires a lot of work, but hey, with your support and everything, and with you helping me, I really appreciate the help. If you just help me to be able to get the reviews, commenting, and be able to get into the algorithm a bit and show for more people so we can help. So I really appreciate you guys, and for all those who are coming here to ask their questions, really, really important. Susan says, that's true. The Germany market is still very young, and it's a perfect location to create a coaching platform. Hint, hint, sad. Yes, we're working with someone right now. Let's see how it goes, and I hope it's gonna be well, which is I'm really happy. Girly Forever 101, I love your name. Hello Giants, nice to see you. Sad, nice to see you too. Girly Forever, thanks for joining us. I hope really getting stuff. So guys, if you have any more questions, please ask me. I know I took some of your time by talking about a few things that I have, but I really appreciate you guys listening and everything. It really means a lot. And you know, this Saturdays and live Q&A is about us getting together and just talking about Amazon, talking about everything in our life. So let's do it. I actually have some few questions here, and I would like to answer. A question says, I'm offering some extras with my product in terms of downloadable content that I'm trying to draw attention to my title. Now, when I'm putting this in the title, I currently have them listed as included free, but I am starting to feel this cheapens the offer and the listing as a whole. What's your guys' thoughts on this and any experience with the wording itself? Thank God I have a very good writer called Nancy that she helps us with this, but when you have downloadable content, I think you can write, instead of free, you can put a gift instead of a free. I think gift gives it better as appreciation, gratitude to the buyer itself. So a gift is much better than free. Or you can put included, which is much better than free. And also when you do downloadable, you have to understand, or you have to make sure that you write in the listing something, say, hey, you will receive that in your email, because a lot of people are gonna give you bad reviews because they didn't receive that product, they didn't receive that ebook or downloadable content that you have. So make sure you write it somewhere in your images or your description to make sure that they understand they only get it if they didn't opt out from the Amazon email sequence. Or you can actually have in your insert card, you can have a landing page where they can go there, opt in, put their email, their name, and they will be able to download the ebook from that platform, or you can do it within your ManyChat sequence, which is also another thing that you can do. You can get a subscriber at the same time you give them an ebook, which is something I'm doing now for the new product, which is going to be awesome. I'm going to do something with the ManyChat sequence. I didn't do it for the past because ManyChat was changing a lot of things with Facebook about how landing pages work, how you can get them there, but now everything is settled. So now we're able to do it, and I know it's not going to be a waste of time. So that's how I would do it. Question here, I'm not sure, but says, are there rules regarding how much a percentage off you can sell your product with FBA? I know you cannot tie any reviews to a sale. Any help appreciated. The major thing that happening right now and people are talking about, they saying you need around, if you anything within 30%, you're good. Anything more than this, do not ask them. Is actually, they say if you even run any ManyChat or anything like that, is much better, or using Super URL especially, do not ask them for reviews because they can link the Super URL, which is traceable, to you. So at that case, I would not send them email follow-up sequence if I'm doing my launch, and just to be able to ask them through the ManyChat itself or from outside email. Do not do it from the email follow-up sequence, especially if you're using Super URL, and that will work. That's why a lot of emails follow-up sequence, they say, especially like zone pages, it says do not send emails for discounted items because of that reason. And that's it. All right. So guys, I really believe we are at the end of today's session. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys, today's message really resonated with you. I hope you guys take this advice and keep working towards your business. Keep building that business that I'm telling you later on you'll be able to sell for big money, which is the most thing that I really was thinking about when I go into Empire Flippers or looking at the other enterprises or e-commerce business that we're selling, that you can do the same process with a fraction of the investment, and you'll be able to sell the business within 1 or 2 years for much bigger, for 3x, 5x of the revenue that you have, which is really awesome thing. At the same time, don't forget, if it's easy, everyone would do it. And if everyone do it, that means it's not going to be profitable anymore. You need to focus. You need to sit there. You need to put yourself out there and expect to fail, expect to struggle. But at the end of the day, you will do well and you will be able to make the money that you really need. And it's a great business. Just keep at it and expect good things with people who are really hustle and fail every day. Eventually you will make it. So I appreciate you guys. I'm very thankful of having you as a part of my family. And go Giants, and let's make it happen, everybody. Take care, everyone, and I love you all. Take care.